I let ChatGPT plan my entire day. So I gave it my birth chart and it gave me this schedule on what it felt would be best for me to do at different times of the day based on my astrological placement. AI meets astrology, oh my God. So if you're not familiar with birth charts, it's really interesting because it basically tells you a lot about your personality, all based on the position of the planets in the sky at the moment you were born. I find this so fascinating. But I wanted to see the impact, the challenges, and the benefits of letting ChatGPT plan my day. I am partnering with Shark 2 in this video. I'm testing out the new Power Detect Never Touch Pro. It's a floor vac that mops, itself empties, and self-refills. This is gonna save me so much time, y'all, because I am a habitual vacuumer. I vacuum like every day. But while I'm running throughout my tasks for the day, I'm gonna let this run through the home. This pamphlet, mop pad. So we got the base here. And then the robot vac, side brushes, mop pad, and odor cartridges are inside of here. But these are the cartridges here. And then these are little side brushes. So this is the vacuum. So it also has these labels on here, which I'll be taking off. All right, we're gonna migrate this upstairs. I wanna monitor things up there. We got a busy day ahead, y'all. Basically, in order to get your birth chart, you're gonna need to know what time you were born, the date you were born. You know, normally we got our sun sign. You know, I'm a Sagittarius, 12-15, but nonetheless, I found that I could relate to certain things about Sagittarius, but then there were other things that, you know, I didn't. That's when I found out about birth charts and realizing that basically my sun sign, my Sagittarius sign, does not fully define me. You can get your birth chart from searching online, or you can use an app. So the prompt that I gave ChatGPT is I put for a Black woman who is a tech YouTuber with sun in Sagittarius and all of that for my, you know, birth chart. It then came back and gave me a breakdown by the part of the day. So in the morning after waking up, it feels I need to ground, hydrate, and then set my vision for the day. I then said, plan my day, because I want an hour by hour schedule of what I should be doing. I used to be the type that would just roll straight into work, but I like pouring into myself first because it sets me up for the day. This is what it came up with. 9 a.m. wake up morning rituals, 10 a.m. planning and research, 12 p.m. filming, 1:30 lunch break, 2:30 editing, 4:30 midday reset, 5 o'clock research or future planning, 6:30 dinner, 7:30 community engagement, 9 p.m. relaxation and self-care, 10 p.m. creative leisure, and 11:30 sleep ritual. All of that's good until I got days like this where I got a call, I have a dentist appointment. So this doesn't quite work, but you can like give it prompts for it to change things for you. We're gonna see how this rolls. So it wants me to start my day at 9 a.m., which I, you know, kinda did. I woke up more along 7:30 a.m.-ish, stretched, journaled, and then hit the gym. My gym and training. Normally, I'd probably whip out my vacuum at some point to clean something because I always do. But I will admit, it was nice to know that Shark was in the background taking care of that for me. Shark, that's what I named it in the app, okay? But I was curious to see personally how it would handle my floors, like how well it would do. I will say it's off to a good start. But anyway, I got a good workout in. Typically, I burn at least 80 calories on my bike, and then I'll follow it up with like 20 to 30 minutes of exercise. But today I stopped working out after the bike. I was running behind schedule. So I showered and met my fiance in the kitchen. I grabbed me a protein shake, caught up with her for a bit. Y'all, I stay tight in the lid on something too much. But anyway, I suck with the food portion of this fitness journey. It's always been a struggle, but the protein shake is nutritional, quick, and easy to make. So it's been my go-to lately. But anyway, check-in time. So far, I've gotten through 3 things that ChatGPT has recommended. I did get a little distracted scrolling on my phone a bit, and I ended up walking into my office closer to 10, but I'm all right with that. I do like to set the mood when I walk in, you know, open the shades, get some sunlight, light a candle. It is 11:39 a.m. So during this time, I'm supposed to be planning and research and then filming at 12, but we're kind of doing both of those together at the same time. So far, the way that ChatGPT has structured my schedule is good. The issue is when I have other things going on, like today. I totally forgot that I had a dentist appointment. I didn't remember until last night, and things were already in motion to film this video. So I have to get a fill-in, so my mouth will be numb later on today. And then I have a call at 2 p.m. So I'm really trying to knock out some work before then, and get a real live. Like I want to get a real live before 12. I want to get a real live before 2. And I also got to stop and take a lunch. So let me get started on these tasks, y'all, because that's crazy. But I'm gonna let it run in the back while I work, as we've been doing. It does this lift move though to get over like the thick carpets and to, you know, avoid getting stuck. You can see from under it just how much it can raise itself up. Not only will it go and empty itself, but it'll go and charge itself as well while it's cleaning. If the battery gets low, then finish cleaning. Now the first run it did map out the room, so I have the layout here and I can tell it which rooms to go to or not to go to. And I did the stair test. It passed. I was a little nervous it might fall, but it stood true to its never touch name. I didn't have to move it or anything. It safely avoided the stairs. While it did that, I, you know, handled my call, scarfed down some food, and then headed off to my dentist appointment. But thankfully, things at my visit did go smooth. My mouth is numb right now. I'm gonna just go home and work a little bit. Yeah, just wait for my mouth to heal up. But I did fire up the vac, so that when I get home, it has already taken care of what needs to be taken care of. But it's cool though, because I can start and stop it from here and monitor. That's so neat. You see it even shows like which way it's going. I think that's so neat. Did a decent job on the floor. And you know, my mouth is still, oh my God. My mouth is still messed up, y'all. But it did a good job on the floors, you know. I'm happy about that because that's one less thing I have to worry about. Shark was clocked in, honey. Carpet lines crisp. All right, y'all, we're checking time. By now, I am way off of what ChatGPT has suggested for me. I low-key feel like my little experiment was a slight fail, but honestly, it was more of a review. I like the day it planned, but it's hard to follow it when I have other things going on, which is often the case. However, I did take the overall gist of how I should structure, you know, my morning, afternoon, and evening. Like the themes for each. Pour into myself in the morning, start work midday, and use the afternoon for more admin tasks or editing and research. And my evenings will be spent on relaxation and connection. Having a routine in place is vital for me because I have learned. It one lets me check in with myself, because when I'm off routine, then that's my cue to check in. Like something is not going as it needs to because I'm off my schedule. It's more like a flag for me sometimes to just make sure I'm okay and it's not just a one-off, you know? Another thing it does is help me stay like on task to a certain degree because I get distracted a lot. But sometimes when I know I have that schedule, when I start to get distracted, I'll look back at it and, you know, just try to get back on task. So it definitely has its benefits. But I ended up working late into the night, y'all. Shark did too, vacuumed and mopped my floors the next day. It does detect different floor types and it can change its path so that it doesn't mop the carpet, or it'll, you know, automatically increase the suction power when needed because it can automatically detect dirt. Now, it is supposed to give me a month of hands-free cleaning before I have to empty or refill anything, so we're gonna see. But I'm really thinking about setting it on a schedule because, you know, if I ever in the midst of it cleaning need to send it back home, I could do that from the app and then happily let it empty itself or refill itself. That feature alone I love because I don't have to worry about the dustbin being full every time after it vacuums. Anybody else out there vacuum like that, or is it just me? Nonetheless, y'all, I'm gonna have a link down below in the description box for you in case you want to check it out. But again, big thank you to Shark for sending this little helper out to me. Until the next one, y'all, as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.